Hello. Happy Saturday to you guys. It's good to see you back. I'm happy to be back. I'm here for a short while. I'm not sure who's coming, but if anybody re-listens to the live stream, that's fantastic. I just want to tell you that I've been suffering here. The reason I've been suffering is because I got contact with poison ivy in my garden that was growing beside the tomatoes. And boy, did it take a beating out of me. And it's going to be with me for at least 3 weeks, 1 to 3 weeks. And so I thought I'd discuss this because I was at the clinic a couple times dealing with it. And when I spoke to the doctor said that would be a good subject to bring to your channel to make people aware of it. At first I thought, should I? And then I thought, you know what? I think you guys should be. You have no idea how much this personally affected me, how bad it was to my eyesight, to every part, to my fingers, to my ankles, to my stomach, to everywhere. All over the place and leaving big scars all over my body. It made a big difference. It almost scared me to do gardening. So I'm kind of bringing you what happened to me and make you guys really aware of being very careful and what the plants look like because they were kind of disguised in my tomato plants. And so now I'm going to be way more cautious about wearing long pants and long gloves and just washing them as soon as I get out of the garden because the oils just takes one thing. It is really bad. Hi there, Paul. It's nice to see you. It's so bad I couldn't come on. I was couldn't even see on the screen. I still am very itchy and I wanted to scratch my whole body off. It's kind of scratchy and it hurts. It burns, and it just took one small thing. I thought it was a mosquito bite on the bottom of my left leg that I scratched, and I said, boy, is it itchy. And I never thought anything of it and just scratched, and then I didn't pay attention that I was touching all over, and I touched everywhere. Trust me, it's from the back of my head. It's part of my scalp. It's my right and left arms, my hands, my legs. It was bad, and I had to go on prednisone because apparently there's not a lot of treatment for poison ivy once you get it. I've never in my whole life, 6 years old, ever, I don't know, maybe I got lazy, I guess, and I'm trying to make everybody aware that I would never ever want anybody to go through what I'm going through right now. So when the doctor said that first, you should bring it to your channel, I thought, I don't know, but you know what? It is a garden thing, and it is very scary to be growing tomatoes and walking in, and not everybody is susceptible to it. Not everybody, but all you got to do is rub off your leg a little bit of the oil from the plant and scratch, and boy, does it cause a big damage in your whole body and your whole system. It's terrible. You can't sleep at night. Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to whine. I'm trying to educate here. I almost I'm feeling a little bit better. This is 5 days of dealing with it. I still have scars and I got sores all over and bubbles all over my skin. But I thought I don't want anybody else to go through this. So I thought, you know what, maybe the doctor's right to bring this subject to my channel. And you know how much I love gardening. It almost turned me off of gardening because I'm kind of petrified to go in and touch anything. So I will be very cautious looking out for when I go in the garden now. I was super cautious. So I just thought I'm going to bring some pictures up. I want to show you some damage. I was going to almost take pictures of what some of the scars are on so you get an idea what it looks like. Thank you for the 2 thumbs up. I don't really care about the troll that's giving me a thumb down. I wish you had a better life because you keep on annoying me. But whatever. That's how mean you are. Whatever. So moving on, I think I wanted to show you some pictures. I'm going to show you more plants, the pictures of. I'll start out with poison ivy. Just some images on here to get more detail on this. Because that's one picture that I saw, but it looks like this. And actually, what was said to my husband says it all the time to me, or whatever. There's a saying, 3 leaves, don't touch it. 3 leaves, be aware. That's what most of two of the main plants have 3 leaves to a plant, and it's a chance it's poison ivy. So I'm going to bring up some images of poison ivy and then poison oak, and the 3 of them. These are the 3 things you got to be concerned of, because I'm telling you, now I'm speaking an example of 60 years. I have never been caught by it in the garden ever. I've been in the military. I've never ever had it, And to get it, I feel very sorry for the people that ever had this, that ever caught this. So to me, it's a big thing, a big shout out and a concern to get everybody aware of how important it is to make sure when you go in the garden, you're looking before. Make sure you have long gloves and you're making sure that you do not have this in between your tomato plants or anything like that. So I think it was important. I'm bringing it to my channel because I think education is the key. I mean, I'm telling you, I've learned a lot on this. I mean, I'm going to be very cautious. But I'm susceptible now to get it back easier because I just have to go near it. And now it's going to be twice as easy to get it's going to be easier for me to get. So I'm going to pull out some pictures of the poison ivy. Paul, have you ever been around poison ivy? They have it in Australia, don't they? Or is it only in local areas? I wonder if it's in every country has a poison ivy. That's what I'm going to look at. But right now I just want to put a bunch of pictures, what it looks like in bushes, to make you aware that it looks just like a green plant that you wouldn't think anything of it if you're not careful. Touching the wrong thing. It could be hidden in beside, like I said, it was hidden inside my tomato plants. And I was just pulling, like my leg brushed against it, I thought it was a mosquito bite, and I scratched it, and then all the oil from it went all over, wherever you touch. Now, if you are lucky enough to know that you've touched it, and you get in and scrub with soap and water and take a shower and wash all your clothes, then the chances are it will not go, you contain it. It won't go all over your body. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Paul, for the donation. That makes me feel better. Thank you very much. All right, so I'm going to pull some more pictures of it. These are strictly poison ivy. And then I'm going to do poison oak and sumac, which I've never seen sumac before. That one I'm not used to. Poison ivy is the main one around our location. And the funny thing is, I talked to people about this. I had to go to a couple clinics. Hi, Timothy. I had to go to a couple clinics because of all this COVID going on. It's very hard medically to get help right now. So that was another it was a terrible thing to try to get in to get fixed when clinics were closed. You can't get into your doctors. What a nightmare. So if I could avoid you guys from getting ever in contact with this, I'm giving you a big thing that I don't want you to go through what I'm going through right now. All right. So where's the other image? Let's see. I blocked this one off. Oh, that's okay. Thank you, Timothy. Thank you. I appreciate that. I just think, you know what? First I thought it was kind of, should I bring this up? But I don't want anybody to go through what I've been through. And maybe that's why the doctor told me, you really should bring this up on your channel to talk about this. And at first I went, no. And then I thought, why not? I mean, it's part of gardening. And really, I think sometimes we don't think about it. That's what happened to me. Thank you. We don't think about poison ivy. We don't realize how important it is until it strikes you. And it did me really bad. So, see, it's the 3 leaves you're looking for. And what it camouflages right in a plant that if you're not careful, I mean, I guess my suggestion is if you ever go walking in a bush, make sure you have socks and shoes and long pants and long sleeves on it. Because, like I said, it just rubbed on the bottom of my leg, the oil, and this would set off. It's like I have all kinds of scarring to my ankles, to my face, all over from this. All right, let me see if I can get some more pictures of it. I want to get pictures, and I want to know if it looks like it goes up against trees too. You wouldn't even see it. Now this looks like a little different because it says three things, but it doesn't look identical. Well, now I see this form of the 3 leaves. Yeah, I'm going to give this image too. Let's see. Thank you for joining me. All right. Let's see how I can pull this one up. I'm going to try to pull this 3rd picture up, and then I'll label them. All right. That's a better one. I want another one, and I'm just going to put the title for all of them after. Just some really good pictures. See, they look like, I don't know, they're not maple leaves. They're 3 separate leaves, but they can be thrown in anywhere. Looks like they like to grow along trees, though. But I have never, like I said, in all the 60 years, I have never, ever I never, ever ran into this. Never. And all the gardening stuff. I'm glad somebody put caution poison ivy. And if you want to get rid of it, you have to have long gloves. You have to pull it from the root, or you're going to keep on having trouble with it. I wish people would get rid of it. Instead, somebody put a sign on here. It's, I mean, that's sweet to warn people, but it's too bad somebody just didn't come in with long leg gloves and just pull this out. All right, let me grab all. There it is. They were nice enough to put a sign, but I would rather have it all removed, is what I would personally do. Have pants and long legs and whatever, long legs, long sleeves and gloves, and pull it all out, and then put it in a bag and get rid of it. Don't burn it, because apparently it's dangerous, the fumes, if you burn this stuff, these leaves. Hey, lovely plants. Yeah, sure they are. They did so much damage to me, Mike. It's not even funny. Like, seriously, I'm on here because I didn't even want to come on. I'm still itchy and everything, but I wanted to come on so that nobody goes through this, because it's quite damaging to you if you catch it. I'm just telling you. You got to go on prednisone, and prednisone you might have to take prednisone for like 2 weeks. I have it for 8 days, and then I got to go back and get checked out for again. And then the prednisone doesn't stop the itching for 4 or 5 days. You're like in pain. Yeah. So it's been quite the experience, believe me. And I think I'm going to have scars too from it. Let me put poison ivy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave that on, and I can put the other images with the poison ivy. This is what I want to do. And prednisone, I went twice to a clinic because it was getting so bad after 2 days. I don't want to be disgusting here, but I'm going to show you something that I was going to show pictures just to show how bad it can be. Myself, but I'm going to show pictures on the internet to show you what it looks like and what it does. All right, so next thing I want to do is all right, let me see if I can find it. Anyways, not to put a downer on it, just to educate. How's everybody doing out there? Let me see. It's not giving me images right yet. All right. I don't know why it's not. I'm not getting pictures right now. Oh, maybe it's on the wrong thing. Weird. Okay, let's do something different. All right, it's not giving me the images. Let's see. Anyways, what you guys been up to? I'm not sure what I found them before. Aha! All right, there we go. I don't want to gross anybody out, but you need to see what it looks like. Some pictures of how bad it can be. I'm not looking at the chat, but I'll be with you in a minute. Just grabbing some facial images because I would have took it myself, but I'm showing you. This is my face looks like these images, and I feel so sorry for these poor people. Oh my God. Yeah. No, the other one with the eye. There's one with eye picture. The mine's like that, but not quite as bad. Sorry for the graphics, but I really think I want to stress how bad this is to me. So I'm stressing it because you'll never want to get this, and maybe you'll be really awake. Oh, that's my hands are like this too. So all these pictures, I'm showing you pictures that look very similar to what's going on with me. All right. I'm getting ready for lunch later. I'm starving. Oh yeah. Still working out your bit of pain? Oh, yeah? My eyes like that, not as bad, but my face is definitely like that. My eyes are like somewhat like that. My left eye, not as bad, and it's getting better, but it was like that. Not it was like I could open it, but it wasn't. I'm just showing you. Like I said, I apologize for the graphics of this, but I'm really stressing what I'm going through, and I don't want anybody else to go through this. It's so disgusting. I've heard of it, talked about it. I knew about it. Never, ever did I feel any pain. And now I feel so sorry for anybody that has been inflicted. This is on my legs. Not as bad, but like that. Thanks, Timothy. Hi, the artist. How are you? Hello. Doing okay? Oh, yeah? That's not like my rashes on my under or my arms like this. That's what my arms looks like. The one, the right side, right arm, and it's all on my hands. I have to wear gloves. I'm afraid to touch anything, to do laundry or spread anything. All right. There's a picture of the hand. There it is. That's my hands are like that. If you pay attention, I'm just trying to educate you on poison ivy in the garden, the artist. I got poison ivy. I've not been coming on live streams because I was too much in pain, and it itches and it's painful, and then you move it and it goes all over your body. Very funny, Mike. Very funny. I have white hair. Oh my God, that guy looks terrible. Ugh. Get it on your back. It's making me just itch, but I don't care. I'm making sure that I'm stressing how bad this is. I thought everyone knew. No, not Mike. It's not. Things happen. They're hidden in plants. No, nobody is an expert to poison ivy. I'm sorry, Mike. I do. If I knew somewhat what it looked like. But if you think that I would have went around it, did you think I was expecting it in my tomatoes? In between my tomatoes, when I went to go shake the plants, they were growing like baby ones on the bottom of the plant. I never had poison ivy in my garden ever. So no, I don't. I think you're wrong. A lot of people catch. Why do you think people catch it? Because they don't see it or notice it. No, not everybody's an expert like you are, Mike. It was right in my tomato plants. I wasn't expecting it there, Mike. It's not just in the woods. It can be in a garden, and that's the point. It's right behind my fence, right in my tomato plants. They were very small. I was going in between shaking my plants, and they were not there. I've never had poison ivy in my garden, ever. Never. 60 years, I've never been I must have been around it, but I never got any issues with it. So, what it is, yeah, this is what this is. It does a lot of stuff. It affects it's weird. I don't know how to explain it to you, but I'll do my best. It's painful, it's itchy, it burns, and it's sensitive. When you go to rinse it off with water, it's kind of like your senses are really high, and it makes you feel, it kind of tickles your body. It's a weird sensation just to try to take a bath, and you got to wash. You have to take showers and baths like several times, and then you got to take cold compress and put it on your face. And you can use different things that people say, but I've tried so many things within the last 5 days that I can tell you what doesn't work and what seems to work. You have to be on prednisone. That's the main thing. If you're really bad, the doctor will put you on prednisone. You can use polysporin to take some of the itch, but it will not take the itch away that much. Oatmeal bath doesn't work that way, but good. No, I paid Ovina. Oh yeah, of course, David. I've been in the hospital and that's how I know for sure. I figured I had it. I've never had it before, and when I went, I had, and the doctor kind of said, yeah, you have it, and was given prednisone. That was the first thing I was given. I said, well, what else can I do? And basically, you have to take a lot of showers. Oatmeal bath didn't really work. I did it 4 times. It didn't make me feel any better. It didn't. Oatmeal's supposed to comfort it, and I found that it didn't help me at all. The best thing to help me was, and then calamine lotion helps you, but it only doesn't take the itch away. It kind of takes the pain away for very temporary times. So polysporin, and then you can use it, but then it kind of you have to watch the stuff's really hard on your stomach. If you have any issues with your stomach, then you better make sure you eat before you take the pills. I'm bringing it because that's how important it is. Like Mike says, everybody knows. No, not everybody knows. And the thing is, you could touch it. You wouldn't even know it's hidden within, like I said, it was hidden small baby plants within my tomato plants. So, and I have gardened for all these years. Never did I ever get poison ivy. So I was at the clinic, and then the first time I went to the first doctor. He gave me prednisone, and then I got afraid because my sores were getting really big that I thought they were all infected. So I went 3 days later, I went to a clinic. That was another nightmare. To try to find a clinic that's open with all this COVID going on was extremely hard. The doctors are not seeing you. They're not making appointments. Most clinics, you got to call ahead and make an appointment. I was lucky enough to find a walk-in clinic that took me in, like I said, and he went and said all I could do was that. So I'm starting to feel better after 5 days. I'm still itchy and burning, and I still have sores, and I'll have scars after 5 days. But at least I feel somewhat a little better. I mean, I didn't even want to come on live streaming because, well, I couldn't. I came on for a second about 2 days after getting it. All I did was want to scratch my whole face off, my legs off, everything. So hi there. Hi Short Bus, and hi there, the amazing drop. So when I went to the second doctor, he's a young doctor, really funny doctor, and he was nice. And I told him I had a garden channel, and he said, you should put this on your garden channel. And at first I said, I don't know, And then I thought, why not? I mean, God, what I'm going through, I don't want anybody to go through. Seriously, I do not. Anybody that ever has had poison ivy, feel so bad for right now. I feel very sorry for anybody that had this. I mean, you don't think anything of it until you get it, then you'll know. Boy, does it change your life, actually. Okay, so well, that sucks, but different to me. I had food poisoning. Well, look, food poisoning is not fun, David. But food poisoning, within 48 hours, you can be cured or you can feel better. This takes 3 weeks. You can have it from 1 to 3 weeks, and even then, you can get re-inflamed from it. So I have to deal with this for 3 weeks. So poison, I'm not saying...
I have to put it on again. Dryer.
Oh, okay. I'm not saying to get food poisoning isn't fun. I've had food poisoning, and you feel sick, but a couple days and you're fine. This is something that's, like I said, 3 weeks. Anyways, I'm going to take the next thing. What I was going to show you is poison oak. So this, I'm going to do a really flip through for what I have, and that's what I brought it up. This is pictures of what poison ivy looks like. Where's my text here? So the first one, there's 3 different things you got to watch out for the plants. Poison ivy seems to be obviously around my area. Disagreeing with them, high poison. Yeah. So we have, that's what it looks like. You guys, but I still don't see it. See, it's hidden. The main thing you're looking for is 3 leaves separate. But I'm telling you, it's hidden. Sometimes you're not going to see it in plants. It was hidden in my tomato plant, and because I was going, where the heck freaking did I get it from? And then we went hunting for it. I didn't, but my trucker man did, and he says he thinks it's between the tomato plants. And I said, well, I couldn't even see it. I was just pulling weeds, and I didn't even see any of it, really. It was too late. However, the good news is if you know that you went into it, yeah, I did it. If you know you went into poison ivy, you have time before it reacts. Like if you go and take a shower and wash all your clothes down with soap and water and everything in a shower, then there's a chance you will not get it. If you know, let's say you went in, oh my God, I think I walked in poison ivy. The minute you know that you think you did, go and take a shower and you will be safe, way safer. Kilroy, make you shop. Oh no, you're lucky if you've never seen it, but I don't think it is in the desert. I'm gonna Google that in a minute. But this is what we have, and we have. Okay, so this is all the stuff I want to show you with poison ivy, because I'm gonna move on to the other one. All right, this is what you're gonna get. This is what I have. These are all symptoms of what I have all over my face. I didn't show you. It's all over my stomach. It's all over everywhere, like parts. It's on my back. My eye was really the one that bothered me the most. I thought I didn't want to. I was afraid for my vision, so mine was like that. Not quite as bad, but it was bad. My face was worse. My face is worse than that, but my eye wasn't as bad as that. And all this over your legs. That's on my legs like that. I have big. I think I'm gonna have some scars because how big they are on my legs. Oh, thanks, Short Bus. That's on my 2 arms. It's almost everywhere in Texas except for the western panhandle and it almost type of environment. Yeah. Well, I'm going to see if, I don't know if it's every country that has it, but it's definitely in North America. And it's not, that's the whole point. It's not contained. It's not just in the wilderness, in the wild. It's in my backyard. I don't live in the wilderness, and I have it right in my yard, and I've never had it. I've never had poison ivy. The plant died. I wish, and now I'm more susceptible to it because of having it. At least once you get it, it's hard. I'm gonna go near it, and I'm gonna get it again. So I have to be careful. I feel like wearing one of those protective masks and body mask, and be in those white suits and boots, like I'm on the moon, just to go to garden. Until I kind of figure we can get it removed, because we have to get it from the root and try to get it out of where I'm planting food, which is not a good thing. Okay. So I left it at that, and I'm going to go actually back to the poison ivy, because I'm going to get poison oak next. But I want to see. Yeah. Yeah, mask. The mask's not going to help. Yeah, mask wouldn't help at all. I'm just saying that I feel like I should do that. The oil rubs against your skin anywhere. You scratch it because you think it's something like, I thought it was a mosquito bite. I thought it was just a small spot that started out and it looked like a mosquito bite, and I was scratching it, and then it just kept itchy and I scratched it, and then by the time you're touching all over from scratching it, it shows up later. It doesn't even show up right away. So if you have it, you scratch it, it might show up for 2 days later or 3 days later. Yeah. Plenty of poison ivy, bring your own truck. Okay. Now this is what poison oak looks like. It's 3 leaves again, but they look like a little bit bigger plant. I mean, to me this reminds me of a maple leaf. I don't know. All right, let's get this out. All right, where is it? I was wondering yeah, no, this is where I was there, drop. I've been seriously bad shape. I couldn't really, I can move or anything. I don't mean that, but I couldn't concentrate. I was inflamed, want to scratch everything up my part of my body. I couldn't control wanting to scratch. And the more you scratch, the worse it was. And, ugh. I came on for one live stream and I couldn't last even half an hour without trying to scratch myself to death. So I'm happy to say 5 days later, I'm still itchy, but the inflammation's getting down, and putting cold cloths really helped a lot for my face. It took the inflammation down. So I tried baking soda. That almost made it worse. It felt good. It scratched all the stuff. It was 3 tablespoons baking soda to 1 tablespoon water, a paste. You leave it on until it dries and wash it off. It felt really good. It felt like it was scratching everything. But the bad part is it made everything worse and moved. And now I have it on the sides of my fingers, and it almost made it worse. So baking soda is definitely not on my list to take. Polysporin helps, but it takes the itches away, but not too long. You can only use it 3-4 times a day. I mean, you can tell me a list of things. I will tell you what I tried, and a lot of it didn't work. All right, let's see. And I used the allergy medicine too. Yeah, that only helps very little. Calamine lotion does not. Calamine lotion help with the burning part of it, but it doesn't stop the itching. It doesn't work very well for it. I mean, I used calamine on bike bites. It was never good. But on sunburns, it works for like the pain and the rash part. I use Benadryl. Benadryl, you got to be careful with the other medicine. You got to be careful because the doctor gives you, I already forgot what. Benadryl, you can only take so many of it, and I did that. It's no good. Oatmeal mouth doesn't work good. I paid money for this. I thought it was kind of funny. Avena was a thing that you go and buy that the doctor recommended. So I paid $20 for a box of 8 packs, and you know all it is? All it is oatmeal where they took and you actually take a coffee grinder and grind the oatmeal down and put it in water. That's all it was. So I paid a lot of money. I think it's a ripoff, the Avena oatmeal thing, and it didn't really help at all. Yeah, I didn't find, but I will tell you this much: if you have a rash, and you don't have all the sores, now Benadryl didn't work that great. It was okay. I was trying to get sleep, because what did I? Give me a second. I got to get the name. I keep on forgetting. Prednisone. I have prednisone, and the side effects for prednisone, it makes you hyper. You can't sleep. It gets you going, so you're not getting any sleep. And Benadryl makes you relax. The two of them are extremely hard on your stomach. Nah, well, the whiskey, I don't know about that. I can't tell you that I used alcohol. I don't think that would go well, but Benadryl is okay. It doesn't work 100% that good. It's okay. There wasn't anything major I could tell you that worked really good except time. Time heals all wounds. Okay, I wanted to type. This is poison oak. So yeah, now I know I can speak on behalf of it. Been there, done it. I know. Why is that going off? Sorry, that's not what I want to do. Okay, poison. Actually, I want to get some more pictures of poison oak. Okay, because they kind of look similar. I mean, plants to me are starting all to look alike sometimes. Unless they have an extinct thing of the leaves, to me, they kind of look very similar. All right, let me get some more. And they all grew up. They seem to like growing up against trees, both of them. Nope, that's poison ivy. Where's poison oak? Warmer than a huge poison oak. That's not it. Yeah, see, there's 3 leaves, but only they're more like designer leaves. I got pointed edges on poison oak. Here, that's poison. Oh, nope. All right, they're mixing all of them up together, and I'm trying to get, that was the best, huge poison oak. Let's make me download these pictures, which is a pain in the butt. All right. Save the images. Okay. Hey, Kenneth. How are you? Welcome. Not yet. Not yet. We got to work on the tomatoes are too tall, Tim. But we definitely killing. You got to be careful how you kill it too. You actually have to pull it out. So we're gonna have to have long gloves and to pull them right from the roots. I'm living the dream of having poison ivy, Kenneth, but I'm doing better. I just came. I wasn't planning on coming on, like I repeat this several times, but I came on to educate because I don't want anybody to go through what I've been through the last 5 days. And this is going to take me to about 3 weeks. They think, I was talking to so many people, and the average, I don't know, even when I went to the clinic and the reception told me she had it, and she had to take prednisone for 2 weeks. So they said it can go from 1 to 3 weeks having it. And I'm glad you're doing fantastic, Kenneth. That's great to hear. Okay, let me do this. I don't think did I put the text here? No. All right. What happened here? There, poison oak. This is poison oak. And the last we have, I've never seen sumac. Sumac is, well, looks like I'm going to find pictures of sumac. Sumac is, there's 3 of them, poison ivy, poison oak, and sumac. Now, I've never even heard of sumac until I started looking up for poison ivy. But sumac. Let's see. Where is it? Right. See, now it's not leaves of 3. Sumac is not leaves of 3. Let's see. Okay. Oh, it looks like this one has berries, though. Poison sumac has berries. So I guess at least that's a little more... You get something to make it more noticeable, as the berries make it more outstanding to know what it looks like. Has anybody been around poison sumac before? Let me get rid of these ones. So that's hang on a minute, just trying to blow it up a bit, get better pictures of this. That's not a good picture, but at least I thought it was kind of cool that at least that can be pointed out by the berries. That I know of, I've never been around poison sumac. And I never heard of it till I started looking at poison ivy and everything else. Oh, and it's got flowers on it. Wow. That's interesting. Okay, get back. Now, you would think that was a tropical flower, and here you're going to end up being around something that's poisonous. Wow. Okay, where'd it go? Look at it, could be right off the ocean. This is what it looks like. That's scary. I mean, it looks like a tropical plant. No, he didn't. No one took it out yet at all. He's too. Actually, to be honest with you, David, he's too afraid of taking it out. He doesn't want to. I'm like I have leprosy. He doesn't want to go anywhere near me, really, and he's not going to attack the plants because he wants to wait till he pulls out the tomatoes before it goes in the garden. So no, he didn't touch it. I have to get it out there though. It almost turned me off of gardening because of what happened. I don't know. Either I'm going to not be doing gardening or I got to fix the issue and get rid of it, David. So no one took it out. Yeah, poison ivy. You said poison sumac is also here in Alabama. Yeah. Okay, so I want to see. I'm gonna Google something. I want to see where in the world you can find poison ivy. I'll do first. All right. So the most common, of course it is. You ready? Of course it is because I had no doubt this was going to say. All right, the most common of these three noxious plants, poison ivy, grows throughout most of North America, including all the United States except California, Alaska, and Hawaii. So there you go. Of course, Canada has it all over, and they're saying North America, meaning that's the U.S. and Canada, and including all of the United States except, I don't know why, California, maybe it's too hot, it doesn't have it. Alaska's too cold. And Hawaii. Well, thank God Hawaii doesn't have it because, God, that would be really hard to find in all those tropical plants. Do they have poison ivy in Europe? Does poison ivy, poison oak, or poison sumac grow in Europe? They are not native in Europe, but there is a location in Netherlands where poison ivy was planted in the, why on earth would somebody do this? Plant it. But anyways, there is a location in Netherlands where poison ivy was planted in the early 20th century to control erosion of dike, perhaps as an experiment. Wow. Okay, so it's North America. Aren't we lucky? Is there poison ivy in Russia? Poison ivy is a plant that belongs to the family Anacardiaceae, Anacardiaceae. This plant grows throughout North America, Japan, Taiwan, China, Russia. Poison ivy can survive in different types of habitat. It usually lives temperate forests that provide enough sunlight. So okay, so it likes sunlight to survive. Has poison ivy killed anyone? Oh, this is scary. A poison ivy rash is miserable, but it isn't threatening. Scratching a poison ivy rash won't kill you, but it will continue spreading urushiol if you're not careful. If you want to wait it out, that's fine. Of course, it spreads like crazy. Can you get poison ivy from dead vines? Poison sumac has 7 to 13 leaves on a branch. Although poison ivy and poison oak have 3 leaves per cluster, do not worry about dead plants. Urushiol, it's Urushiol, oil stays, that's the oil, I guess, in the plant. Urushiol oil stays active on any surface, including dead plants, for 5 years. Breaking the blisters release urushiol oil that can spread. And I lost my chat. Let's go find you guys. Hi, vegan. How are you? Good day. So that was my main live stream here of talking about it. So it's North, I guess it is in other countries, but mostly North America. We're talking about 3 different things today. And I have been in contact with it, and it's really damaging to me. So, like I said, I repeated this earlier. I brought it up because the doctor said, why don't you do this on your channel and make people aware. Now, according to Mike, everybody should know what it looks like, but I don't believe that everybody knows what it looks like. Sorry, Mike. And it could be hidden in all kinds of stuff. So there's the different pictures I was talking to you about poison ivy. All you got to do is rub against the leaf. The oils are just crazy and goes all over your body and makes a big, big difference. The Alabama Highway Department reported Kudzu for erosion control, high evasion, and it kills trees. Oh, that's not good. Kudzu for erosion controls, highly. Yeah, that's not. See, sometimes they don't think very well. I don't know, Tim. It has to be, in order to kill it, it has to be pulled by the roots. That's what I'm going to tell you. We're trying to figure out how to get rid of it ourselves. I don't want to hurt anybody, but the only thing we have come up with is to pull it by the roots, put it in a garbage bag, like one garbage bag, and double it in another garbage bag, so it's going to go in the landfill, unfortunately, because we don't know. You can't burn it. If you burn it, it's not good. The fumes from it is not healthy. Now you're talking about getting it in your lungs. Would not be a good thing to have blisters and anything in your lungs. So David, yeah, Kudzu is edible and helps. Oh, you're cooking. What are you cooking, David? All right, so that's more plants. Let me do this one at a time, I guess. And then we go into the next one of all what the damages these stupid, silly things could do. Yeah, goats like it. Actually, you want to know something I heard about the plants since you're talking about animals? Do you know that cows can eat poison ivy and they're fine? That's what I was told, that if cows eat poison ivy, it's not dangerous to, I guess it's not dangerous to animals. And cows can eat it and it wouldn't affect anything. That's why a lot of farmers have it. I understand that it didn't. Trust me, I was keeping an eye on it because when I found out she was licking part of my sores, and I was keeping an eye on her. Get cows, I know. That's what I was thinking about too. No, yeah, you talking about something different. I'm talking about poison ivy with cows, not kutsa. I don't know that. Drop. I'm not talking about that at all. Well, goats are dangerous and eat everything. That's true. So, anyways, we're gonna do is when I get brave enough, and after 3 weeks, when I'm past this stage, I'm gonna get gloves and everything else, and I'm gonna try to find them and pull all the weeds out, put them in a garbage bag, and get rid of them, and try to be aware of. I'm gonna have long pants. I don't wear long pants. I was wearing shorts, so if I would have had pants on, there's a chance I wouldn't have got it. But I'm gonna start wearing pants and shoes and almost long sleeves or gloves, and be very careful when I go in my garden until this is all fixed. Okay, that is your poison sumac. I just find it looks like a tropical plant. It's crazy. And where did I go for the poison oak? Kudzu. Okay, kudzu. Where's that? I had pictures of poison oak. Where did it go? All right, I'm going to do the poison oak again. I want to put a couple pictures of poison oak on here. Okay. All right, kitty cat. What are you doing? Hang on a minute. It's funny when you don't feel good, you have all the animals coming in to bug you. Everybody, they're all concerned. And I think that I'll research that because my dog was licking the sore before I knew it was poison ivy, and it didn't seem to have an issue with it. I've been keeping an eye because I wouldn't want my dog to get hurt by this stuff. Well, thank you, Deb. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right, where is... All right, I gotta get this done, little one. Take that off. All right. All right, let's see. No, one, get out. Okay, there we go. I wanted a couple pictures for my live stream here. That's poison oak. All right. And I'm going to label this. That's gross. You're gross, drop. All right, hang on a minute. I'm looking for the sound. Where is it? Hang on a minute. Where's my mute button? All right, I have to fix all this. What would you like?
Nothing. I was just surprised you haven't been there in a week, I think.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're nuts. Was what you are. Animals are very perceptive. I bet one of the cats is planning your demise as we speak. How sick is that? What a thing to say. Drop, you're weird. Where is it? That's the volume on here. I've got restraining orders filled against me by poison ivy. Oh, I've got a restraining. You got something wrong. You're cuckoo. Animal's demise, and thanks a lot. Braiding me off. What kind of sick person are you? Crazy. Right. God, I don't know where my volume went on here. You guys are... Okay. Does anybody, can you just tell me how long I've been on? My tomato plants are over. Oh, are they? Are they doing good there, Tim? All right, everybody's... You will have to excuse Mrs. She's this week. There's no. Why are you apologizing for me? I'm not saying anything wrong. Um. Wow. I think you guys are nuts. Where is the volume button? What you said to drop. Okay, anybody that says that my animals are looking for the demise for me, I don't think that's a nice saying, is it? You want my cats are looking forward for me to being dead is a funny statement. Okay, not weird at all. You forgive me. I don't. Oh my God, you guys are too sensitive. Stop being little sensitive kids. My discussion is about poison ivy, not anybody else. Yeah. I know, Tim. I'm just saying some people have weird sense of humors, and then I'm supposed to use the excuse I have poison ivy. No, I speak my mind. We're on a subject of something I care about and what's going on with me. You know this. Do you have any suggestions on growing plants in the desert where I am? Lately, the heat has killed everything. I know my plants here. Normally, they're very stressed out, and I'm going to tell you this much. Do you have any sort of shade where you are? You said you have in the desert. You're going to have a shaded area, and you have shaded covers. There's screens that you can buy there, Kilroy, to grow in the desert too. I've seen really cool gardens that they grow there. Not really, no shade. Yeah, there's shade covers that you can buy, and when I was in Arizona, they had really nice gardens. They do actually probably bring in other soil from somewhere else. So, cool, no pun intended. Don't worry, it's all right. I'm just saying there's shade cloths. There, if you look, there's a lot. I saw a lot of nice gardening when I was in Arizona where they grow. It was really nice. And I would try that. But you know what heat does, even here? Would old windows work or work over the... No, because windows would actually bring in more sun, and that would be harder on it. I wouldn't think that would be good. You need shading, not windows. So I'm telling you here, my plants used to go really nice, and they go stressed, even if you keep them watered. That's another thing. Make sure you put some kind of like hay or mulch over top of the bottom base of your plants for the roots. Well, you could, but you're going to talking about that's still going to be really sunny. That's a lot of sun coming in windows. I mean, and if your plants are getting stressed out about so much sun in your area, you needed to have it screening or some kind of shade to it too, because windows bring a lot of sun and heat. Yeah, it's been over 100. It's been like 9 degrees. My plants they used to grow much better, but unfortunately, yeah, they get stressed out. Yeah. So, I don't have covers, but I'm planning, I know that the plants, I can tell you 100% work better in shaded areas. That's what I learned. It used to be that most plants could grow really nice in the sun. And now that if you move them over in direct sun, it's working a lot better. Yeah. Well, that green holy cloth, I never seen green holy cloth before. I don't know. I never worked with it before. Yeah, it's all the heat. It's almost too high, the heat. So it's like so hard and stressing on the plant. But I think that a lot of the stuff, if you cover the roots too, if you have some kind of tarp to take cover over the sun. I don't have that. Like I have shaded areas, so I've noticed that anywhere where I have shaded areas in my yard, things are growing nicely. And I notice other areas where they're dying from the roots because you're not keeping the roots moist. Well, that's good. Oh, since you brought up tomatoes, um, I found out my culprit, and that's to you, Mike, or whoever. Remember, I kept telling you something's eating my tomatoes. I had things, the tomatoes, and I found. Yeah. Oh yeah, deer love all that stuff. Well, I know who my culprit is. It's squirrels. I saw a baby squirrel eating one of my tomatoes on my back fence. So I did catch the culprit. It's squirrels eating my tomatoes. It was like a little baby squirrel, and it had a red tomato in its mouth, and it was just munching away on the top of back of my fence, eating it. It didn't see me because I was in the house. So my little culprits are squirrels eating my tomatoes. At least I caught it. I was going to take a picture of it, catching him red-handed, eating the tomatoes. Of course, they're not going to get poison ivy. Yeah, well, it is. I had green worms on my tomato. Did you? And I'm not impressed with the tomatoes. Like I could show you pictures of I have them, but now I'm even free to do the third film. The third film for the competition was for me taking the tomato off, and my tomatoes aren't lasting. They're either I have to pull them off green, or the squirrels are eating them. So I think this year has been a really weird thing for me too about tomatoes. Never have I ever had the issue of anybody eating the tomatoes or poison ivy or any of this weird stuff. Yeah, I have neem oil already, and I've used a spray, and I think it's okay. My neem oil, I did it for gnats and different bugs, and yeah, what did I put? I put a tablespoon. It smells terrible, though. No wonder why no one wants to go near it. It's disgusting. The smell is horrible, neem oil is. So I put per gallon, it was 2.5 tablespoons of neem oil to it. So I've been working with the neem oil a little bit. It did help. I sprayed it on things that were getting the not gnats. Yeah, what did I say? I'm getting them confused with not gnats, but ugh, what the heck? I am out of it a little bit from this stuff. Anyways, outside the things that were eating on my plants and stuff like that, it did help stop the things from biting my leaves and everything. The neem oil. I sprayed it on. I got to spray it again, but I sprayed it on only twice. It seemed to be working pretty good, but I can see why, because the smell is terrible. It stinks. Neem oil is extremely potent smell. It's horrible. But it did work. All right, I am trying to talk to you guys and figure out what did I do wrong with my sound part on here. All you got to do is move things around on OBS and it gets lost. Where did I put it? Control panel. Oh, there it is. There, we found it back, my sound. Yeah, I know. But if you move buttons, then I found the audio. Kind of like if I move the mouse and something moves over, it covers the sound. So I couldn't find where I moved the mic to, but I got it back. My beats are going okay in the back, but I found that it's working out in a better shaded area. The beats. No, that's good. Excuse me. Let's see. Can anybody tell me how long I've been on? Have I been on for an hour and a half? I think this was the subject for today. I don't mind talking about other things after, but I really did want to make sure people were aware of poison ivy, poison oak, poison sumac. And it's not just the people that are on my channel right now. Anybody that rewatches. Said 5 minutes. Okay, thanks. I kind of like a live stream for about 90 minutes. So what are you growing there? Kilroy, you haven't been to my channel too much. What are you growing in your garden? All right, thanks, Paul. Thanks very much for the donation, and thanks for coming out. Thank you very much. Kilroy, what are you growing in your garden? We're not here. And Tim, how's everything else going with the tomatoes and everything else? How's your garden going? Have a good rest there, Paul. How's all your garden going? So we did tomato, radishes, cucumbers, and cantaloupe. Oh, that's all right. That's all right, Kilroy. So the tomatoes, but is everything because of the heat? Are you getting anything coming in though, or is it all dying off because of all the stress it's under? It's all dying off. Fine. So, but you can grow. You know what? You can grow all year long though, right? Because you're in the desert, so you could actually. Well, you do get cold weather because I've been to Arizona, and it was for 3 months. We went to Arizona and found out I had no idea how much cold area they had in Arizona. All right, no problem, Mr. Mike. You'll have to try some UV shielding. Hey, Misha. Thank you, Misha. How are you doing? Yeah, but it's not cold like Arizona here. I'm looking at some cold weather stuff for winter. Got any suggestions? Meaning cold weather, like, what's cold weather to you? What's the temperature there? Because cold weather is different here. If I had, I don't know, if I grew 70 degrees weather, 80 degrees, 70, I'd be growing all kinds of stuff. That's the weather they like. My garden likes to grow in, it won't grow as fast. As long as it has sunlight and the temperature's over 70 degrees, 30 to 50 is kind of cool. I don't know, you can grow, they call winter stuff like cabbage and Brussels sprouts and stuff like that. Yeah, okay, now I get the greenhouse part of it would be good. Yeah, because I'm thinking like Arizona, you didn't have any cold weather, but I would think that if you had a greenhouse and did it towards the cooler weather, that would probably work. Brussels sprouts take a long time. There's a video on I grew them. I tell you, I started growing them for me in April. They didn't show up until they went through the whole winter, and then they started showing up, the Brussels sprouts, by April. Throughout the winter, they were growing throughout the winter in our garden, and I lost some of them because of the cold part, but they came out, and I had Brussels sprouts in the spring. It was weird. Like I said, I started the plant, I think, April, May. It went all the way through the winter, and I ended up with Brussels sprouts the following spring. They take a long time to grow, but that might be something you could try. You can try Brussels sprouts. They take a long time to grow, but they might be able to withstand the temperature. If you start it early enough, start it when it's warm enough and let it go. That might withstand it. Brussels sprouts, cabbage. There is winter lettuce too. I don't have winter lettuce. There is some things that we consider fall growing, and garlic. Oh my God, garlic goes throughout the whole thing. It can go throughout the whole summer and spring and winter. Garlic. Some of the onions, I grew onions and they came back after the winter. Yeah, it happens. Brussels sprouts are funny. Same thing as some people grew great radishes, and mine went to seed too. But the radishes went to seed because they were all in a hot spot area. So I moved everything where my lettuce is. I noticed that it's growing much better, and so I'm gonna extend the garden part on that area where it's out of the sun, and I'm gonna grow things there next year because I found that they're growing the best. They grow. I moved radishes are growing nicer there. I moved the beets are growing nicer there. Lettuce for sure. I've showed tons of times how I've grown tons of lettuce in that. Kilroy, this is what I will work on the UV tunnel info the next year. Yeah. Well, it's not a bad idea. I show this picture all the time. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? This is where it's indirect sun against the back of my house. This container we built. I've shown it lots of times, but that's for anybody that I'm re-showing it. Let me show you my lettuce. And it's because it's in a shaded area, which I thought wouldn't grow anything. I tried experimenting with it last year for lettuce, and I learned, wow, this grew really nice lettuce. And I thought it wouldn't grow anything. And here's a picture to verify that. I like always showing what I know, what I talk about. I know because I do it. I have videos. I live stream it. I'm showing pictures of the stuff I actually do. I don't say I know how to do this and everything does great and I know how to do this when there's no evidence of it. I kind of like showing that. So I'm going to pull that up. All right, let me get this sumac out of here. Out. Where'd it go? I gotta find it. July 1B. Okay. There we go. That's for you. Well, that's all right. That's for you. This is on the back of my house. We built a 2.5 inch high by 2 feet wide raised beds, and that's in the shade. It's not in direct sun at all. It doesn't get high sun at all, and that's how good my lettuce and plants grow on that wall. I thought things wouldn't grow that good, and found out that Dot's wall is one of the best. Oh, thanks, Misha. And thank you for praying for me, Misha. I'm still going through this. It's still kind of annoying to me, all this rash and everything like that. Thank you. It says 10 watching, 14 thumbs up. So, yeah, that's for you. This is... I have to do more designing, Misha. You know I'm kind of a crafter, so I want to actually put decorations to my garden and make it look cool. But I found out that, hi, Will. I think those two little gnomes planted the poison ivy. They could have. Anyways, yeah, thanks, Will. I think I needed the prayers. That's kind of get me through that. I did. You guys, thank you. If you put me in your prayers, I like doing that to you guys, and I think it works. It's what made me. I have like probably another few weeks to go. Poison ivy can take up to 3 weeks, and you can still get reinfected with it. By the way, guys, that's my conspiracy. How deep are your raised beds? You mean okay? So they're tall, really tall. Let me see if I can move that. I think it's got the whole picture of it, does it? Let's see. Oh, no, it's not showing the whole thing. This is 2.5 feet tall, and they're about 2 feet wide. Like they're as wide as I could possibly stretch to reach the other side. Because otherwise, it would be awkward for me to get the other side. So I made them not that wide. I have 3 of them. That's one. I have another one. I'm allergic to poison ivy. Yeah, that's what we said. Leaves at 3 let me. But it was hidden between my. Well, I'm 60 years old. I have never been touched with poison ivy ever, and I was in the military. Never touched it. Never went near it. I didn't even really pay attention to it, to be honest. And it was hidden, I think, in my tomato plants. And it just took one little thing against my leg, like it looked like a bug bite that I scratched, and then it went all to heck. Oh, the soil's all the way in the. Yeah, it's all covered. That whole box is with soil there, Kilroy. I didn't put a fake bottom. It's all dirt. So it depends on what I grow in there. It's got a lot of dirt and roots, like soil to grow roots in, because it's really deep. It's the height of that. It's at least 2.25 feet of soil filling the whole box. But in the bottom, you could also put. I did do this to kind of like if you don't want to use that much soil, I actually put leaves on the very bottom of it. You can put some rocks for drainage. I put leaves in my, I live near a park, so I grab leaves and I put leaves on the very bottom of that. You can actually put food scraps too on the very bottom of it, and then impact the dirt, the soil over top of that. It will sink, and then you're going to have to add more as it goes. But it's doing, you can see it works good, my raised beds. I hope not there, Misha, because my dog actually licked the sore, and I was looking at it, and let me see if I'll put that out. Because I was afraid for my dog. I've been keeping an eye on her, and she seems to be fine. Cows can eat poison ivy. Let's see. And dogs catch. Okay, dogs can get poison ivy, but thankfully it's not nearly as common as it is in humans. Thanks to their long protective hair coat, the oil from poison ivy can just reach the skin. Unfortunately, these oils can be spread from itchy, easy to you. So the dogs are more protected because of their fur. The only thing that I was scared about is she had licked my sores, and I was afraid for her mouth and her tongue and everything. And she seems to be fine. I mean, this is a while. I've had this for over 5 days, and I had it before that. So, yeah. Like I said, they said they can catch it, but it didn't seem to. I kind of mentioned a little bit to my doctors and stuff like that. It didn't seem to overconcern anybody saying anything to do with the animals, because I was afraid. I was staying away from them. I have like the 4 cats. Lacey was licking one of my sores, and I was like, oh my God, I hope she didn't catch anything from it. This was before it started, before I got the outbreak of it. And I was just showing pictures, not to gross you out there, but this is some of the stuff that I have going on here. Right? Let me see. Right, here's some symptoms of it. See, I have it on my face, and I have it on my eye, and I got it all over myself in different spots. On my legs, there's not as many, but I have 4 bad ones that are like going to be scarred. They're like put a bunch of them together, and that's how big they are. They're like freaking probably at least an inch big because they kept bubbling up. So there's like 1, 2, 3 on my left side, 3. There's one on my back ankle on my right foot, but they're really big, and they're bubbling up. And they're bigger than that. They're almost 2 inches. Like one's a half inch, and 2 of them are 2 inches big on my legs. That I think are going to scar my leg. Yeah, see, they get like really bad like that. And I have them on my arms, my right arm and my left arm. I'm all over my fingers. So like that. And I was afraid to touch anything. I'm afraid to give it to anybody. So I constantly am washing my hands. And I don't want to scratch because this makes it worse. Did you have it a few times? Oh, God bless. Misha, anybody that ever had it, I feel so sorry for that. Yeah, it's still wicked. I can't sleep that good at night. It's hard to sleep. It seems to come out more at night, the rash and everything. And but at least I came on a live stream, so that's a good sound. But it's going to take up to 3 weeks to be better. So let me go through this again. I'll just put the picture on here. That's what the poison ivy looks like. Okay. You too. Have a good one. Wait, everyone have a great weekend and keep smiling because we and God is watching. So how are you guys doing anyways? Misha, it's nice to hear from you. How are you doing? How's the hubby and everybody? And Will, how's your family doing? Thanks there, Will. Yeah, I brought it up, like I said, because you're new and the other people have been here for a little while. I kind of, it was my doctor that said, I told him I don't know the doctor, it's a clinic doctor, and he said, I was talking about what happened, and he was talking about it, because I got a little nervous. I went back the second time, because I thought some of my sores are like 2 inches big, and I thought they were infected. And he said, no, that's just the way they look. He says, trust me, I saw people with worse cases on their leg than you have there. And so it's just, it's a method of time. It's going to take, like I said, it could take up to 3 weeks to go away. Oh, nice. And how's he doing? Your son was good, Misha? That's great to hear. That's great. And well, is your mom and dad, everybody good over there too? Oh, thanks, Will. Thanks very much. It says I have 9 people watching, 16 thumbs up. I do appreciate everybody. I really do hope you get my point to why I did this. I came on because I was so worried. I pray, I feel sorry for anybody that ever has been in contact and had this case that I have. I know how painful it's been and how itchy, and you can't sleep at night, and it's horrible. And to think I have another 2.5 weeks to go, it's like beyond, like, I've never been through anything this weird. I've been through a lot, but this is something, anybody I've ever had it, I feel very sorry for. Even though you can't eat them, that's nice. My borage bloomed. I finally planted some flowers, even though I can't eat them. I can eat them. Dad's doing better. He's going through therapy, walking 1 more week. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad your dad's doing very good. So as I was saying, the clinic doctor kind of talked me into doing this. You can eat them, okay. Yeah, the clinic doctor said, I said, I got a garden channel, and I kind of felt embarrassed saying garden channel, and here I got poison ivy, but whatever. He went and said, well, you should put that on your channel. And then I thought, I don't know. And then I thought, you know what, this is a good idea. I don't want anybody to go through this. I said my channel is about educating things, even if I have to tell you what I went through. I think it's kind of helpful for others. I want people, I'll keep you aware to look for this stuff. I'll be, I might make a mistake. You might walk into this very easily. The whole thing is once you recognize the plant, go take a shower, soap and water shower, and you will probably, like I've learned a lot from this mistake. The minute I feel like I'm in a plant and something made me itchy, I'm going to take a shower and I'm not going to scratch that area. I've learned a lot from this. And I just want to prevent anybody else from going through the pain I feel and not having to go through this for them. Oh yeah, what'd you say? My mom cannot believe that hibiscus, you could actually cook with it. Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. Yes. It's very sad. So my mom cannot believe that hibiscus, you could actually cook with it. Yeah, you can eat the flowers. Why did she try it? There's a lot of stuff you can cook, flowers you can cook with. I never ate it before, but I know you can cook the flowers and stuff, hibiscus. But I would think it would have an awfully strong taste. So anything new and exciting and happy going on in people's lives? What's growing in your garden the best? The flower part of the hibiscus, haven't tried it. I still get a little weird. Yeah. Let's see. I wonder what they got for recipes. All right, let's see. How to make hibiscus tea. So they have a recipe for tea. Let's see what it says. It's got how to make a hibiscus tea. So it has some amazing benefits. I want to see how they made it here. See if they have a recipe. Not. Okay, so we have a pretty big hibiscus tree in our new garden. Every day we get a few hibiscus flowers. Combined with the hibiscus in our neighborhood garden, there is a lot of hibiscus. Not complain. It makes delicious tea, apparently. So let's see. So apparently this looks like they got a lot of ways to eat hibiscus. I'm trying to see, the tea looks really pretty and colorful the way I'm looking at it. My favorite part of brewing a pot of hibiscus at home is the color, of course. It has gorgeous deep pink that hard to beat and so perfect right now because afternoon here are getting warmer and a chilled glass of this is super cool. Let's see if it's showing me how to, I'm trying to see if it has the actual recipe of it. Right. Hibiscus tea has a ton of benefits. Hibiscus tea has been known to prevent hypertension, lower blood pressure, reduce blood sugar levels, keep your liver healthy, help depression, aids in digestion, help with weight management. It's rich in vitamin C, contains minerals such as flavonoids, and lactive properties, and is tasty and delicious. Oh, so if you have low blood pressure, it's not a good thing to drink the tea, which I have low blood pressure, so it's not, it's saying it's not good for me. But if you have high blood pressure, apparently it's supposed to be good. But it's still not telling, it looks really, oh, here we go. Now I finally get to the recipe. It says 2 cups of fresh hibiscus flower or 1/2 cup dried hibiscus flower, 8 cups of water, 1/2 cup of honey, 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. Wow. So there you go. I've even got a recipe of it. That'd be interesting to try. Only thing growing good for me is root vegetable squash. So what I thought this was kind of interesting since you brought up hibiscus and the recipes that you can do. I thought it was cool. I'm gonna have to try that. I'm gonna have to save. I've been throwing them in the park, my flowers when they dried out. And I actually should be taking them and drying them out and making a tea. At least try to see if it tastes any good or something with it. I do. I got to start maybe the winter, this, like, not the winter, but the summer, and first cup of making typos. I'm doing okay, Misha. I got a lot of tomatoes. I could show you pictures. They're in the garage. But I did find that remember I was telling you somebody was eating my tomatoes in the garden? Well, I found it. There was a little baby squirrel sitting on the top of my back fence eating a tomato. So I know the culprits. I know who's getting into my... I'm going to have to figure out how to avoid squirrels in my garden. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to cover the bottom edges of my tomatoes or something, because the squirrels are the culprit to who's eating my tomatoes. It was just enjoying eating a red tomato on my... It had the nerve to do that. A baby squirrel had one of my tomatoes, just enjoying it right on my fence. It was like putting it in my face or something, this little bad squirrel. I thought it was funny, though. But we know the culprit. Yeah, it was like... Had a lot of nerve, Misha. I'm in my bedroom staring out, and it's just sitting on the edge of my... Right in front of me on the fence. It can't see in. It can't see me. It's staring at it. Having one of the baby red tomatoes in its mouth and just eating away, like enjoying my tomato. So I caught the culprits. Now I know it's squirrels. At least now I got to know, now I know what I'm dealing with to try to fix it. Yeah, it was funny. It was funny seeing the squirrel deer doing it. So the tomatoes are doing okay. I don't like the type of tomato. I don't think I'm going to grow them again. But the tomatoes are not bad. The lettuce has always been good all summer long. I moved the radishes over to see if I could get better radishes. The onions are pretty good. The garlic went well for me this year. Garlic, onions, tomatoes. I'm growing some cucumbers. Oh, the patty pan squash, I showed you that. The patty pan squash was doing awesome. The plants are huge. And I'm trying to get seed from them. So, and the gourds, oh my God, if you've seen the gourd plant, oh my God, I got to take pictures of it, guys. It is huge. It's overdoing in the back of my fence. It's even growing up my tree. And we just let it go because I just don't feel like gardening right now. So I'm not controlling the garden, just letting it go. But I really do. The next time I come on, I'm going to take some pictures of the gourds, how big they are, and how it's growing on the other side of my fence. So it was staying on the trellis, and now it just went crazy that it's all over my fence and in my backyard. Now you can see it. You can see gourds growing on the back fence, and they're also connected to, I have like a cedar tree or kind of a bush, and it connected, and it's even growing in the bush, in the cedar bush. That's how much the wild gourd went. It's like going crazy, growing good. I did it for this. I want to get it for the seeds. I want to get it for the seeds because they were costly. But I'm also doing it for gourds that I want to decorate into things. They can be made into really nice containers, Misha. Hey, Crystal. Hi, Christian. How are you? No, you're never late. Like I've told you all the times, Christian, you're good. I'm not staying on too much longer, but hello, Crystal. Pets and plants. Yeah, well, this is not the subject today I'm dealing with, but Mish, I'll show you again what you can do. Just a couple pictures. Yeah, I want to find images, then you'll get the idea but mine are huge. I did not think they would grow this big. I never seen a gourd as big as what I have. These are like, I think I could win award winning for the biggest freaking gourd. So I'm trying to find the ones I have. All right. Trying to find like ideas that they do with gourds, but I can't find these. Like this is a gourd right here, but it's a round one. It's a cannonball gourd, I believe, which I want to grow. So I'm gonna show you guys in a minute what I was talking about, and then. But anyways, they're doing phenomenal. They're probably the best thing that I've grown this year, which surprised me because I never really thought I'd be able to grow this. Did I save the image? All right. Okay, this is a cannonball gourd. I don't have this one, but I want to get this seed. So you can decorate like this. The one they do birdhouses, here's some more of a different shape that you can do with this. I mean, you can eat them if you take them when they're really young. You apparently can eat them, but I didn't grow them to eat. I grew them to see if I could make birdhouses or different things, craft with them. And I'm happy to say they're doing amazing. But they're so big. I really didn't expect it to go that big. They're huge, the gourds. And I can't even find one that's decorated that's that big, that looks like the one I have. It's so big, the one. It could be a huge, let's see, they do birdhouses with it. I'm just trying to show you a couple of images here. Okay, stop. Get down. I don't know why it's giving me. This is the next one I want to get as a calabash seeds. I think I ordered them for next year. This is a different one. Different. They have different gourds. So depending on what they look like, you can do different designs. Here, actually, there you go. There's a pumpkin they did. If you look at the very big one on the gourd, that's one of my gourds that size. Let me show you this picture here. And if you look on the top left, it'll show you the size somewhat of one of the gourds. It's even bigger than that. So now I guess I could do pumpkins with them. You could do whatever you want with them when they get hard. Let me see if I can pull it up. So if I could say what I was the most happiest growing this year is probably the gourds. They're doing really good. They like the heat. All right, so if you look at the top left how big that gourd is. Mine's like that size. They're that big. Oh, I got 110. Thanks, Drop. Yeah, give me another 10 minutes and I'll get off in 2 hours. Thanks for telling me. Thank you very much. Thanks, y'all. Time to get lunch ready. Okay, thanks, Drop. I'm getting off pretty soon. Fantastic art from within the soil. Yeah, so, like, how long does it take to grow a gourd? Is that what you asked me? When did I start them? I did a video on them. I did a live stream, how to grow a gourd. And so it's from the day I started that video. It shows you when I planted the seed to now, for right now. So today's August 15th. And if you look at how to grow a gourd, that video, that's the same plants that I showed you how to grow it. They were babies, and then I said, okay, I'm going to put it outside. And I think I showed the plants at the end of the video. I showed them when they were outside. Hi there, Howie. How are you doing? Thank you very much. We believe it grew in between my plants there, Misha. That's why I want you to be careful. We think they grew between the tomato plants. So, yeah, I'm going to go back to, that was we were talking about poison ivy. Let me put the text here. That's really what poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac is my main thing I was talking to. Or are you picking berries? That's great. Well, Howie, I came on to tell you that I have poison ivy. I caught it probably over a week ago, but the symptoms came in 5 days ago, and I had to go to a clinic. And let's just say I'm not having fun with it. I talked with the doctor, and I told him I had a garden channel. He said, you should put that on your channel. So not everybody I know is aware of what poison ivy, poison oak look, and how much damage it caused to me personally. So that is what this main live stream was about. Yes, we got sidetracked and talked about things in our garden. But I was also showing some pictures of, they're not me. I was tempted to show you pictures of how bad I look. But I preferred not to. I just brought, it's all over your face, it was all your face, your eye. One of my left eyes was bad. I could hardly see through. And my legs, I got some scarring on my legs. They're not down. I've only been through this for 5 days. I still have probably 5 days, so 2 weeks and a day, 2 days. Like, it can take up to 3 weeks to go away when you catch it. And this is the damage it caused me, and I felt so sorry for everybody that I thought I'd do a live stream in regards to educating people on all three of them: poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac. Yeah, and I got them all over my hand. My hands is the thing that bothered me the most, because I use my hands so much, so I was touching everything, and then you can spread everything because you're touching everything. It's just crazy to have. Just imagine how burning and itchy it is, and that. Yeah, my hands are like that, only worse. My hands are worse than that, and they're on the back of my arms. I think I showed you pictures of arm. Yeah, this is, I'm still going through that. It's not, that's my arms are like that. If you take, if you put it on the back of my hand, like that's on the front. I have some on the front, but my hands are all like that, really bad, all the way from my wrist, all the way up to, it's all up my arm, all up the back of my arm. It's on the front of my hands, on the bottom of my legs. It's all over. It's on my stomach. It's on my ears. It's on my face. It's on my neck. You know. Well, I wish to be educated, and I definitely learned a thing that, you know what, compassion came to me. Howie, when I got this and found out for sure what it was, and what I suffered already for the last few days, I felt compassion. That's what comes to mind. Not that I want revenge on the plants. I want them out of my garden. I want to be more aware of what I'm doing in my garden. Obviously, that woke me up really good. And to get it out there, I don't want anybody to suffer from this. So that's my point. My point that I brought it up was to educate so that no one else would have to suffer from this. They were found in between my tomato plants, Howie. Now we have to go, I'm going to have to go full metal jacket and have pants and sleeves and protective gear to go and pull the roots out and get rid of it, because I've never ever, in all the years I had my house and garden and did all gardening, I've never had poison ivy ever. 60 years, 60 years old. I have never had it. I've been in the army. I've been around it. Never got it. And I mean, I felt, I'm aware of it. And I thought, oh, I'd hate to get it. And then when you get it, you will never forget it. Trust me. And it's something that I'll have so much compassion for people that ever get this. I do. I have a lot. I just feel sorry. I want people to be aware of what's going on. And it was as easy as just going in, picking my garden, shaking my tomato plants, picking the weeds between them, and my leg rubbing up against part of it that I didn't know was there, hidden in the tomatoes. Well, I don't know about blowing, Mish, and I know that you're more susceptible. Once you get it, you can get it back easy. But it really pisses me off when I was doing my tomato challenge and I'm trying to grow tomatoes and I have squirrels eating the tomatoes and I'm trying to take care of them and weed between the tomatoes, and I get this. This is my rewards. Euphorbia is the blind man's plant and it is nasty. Euphorbia. Let me see what that looks like, Howie. Are we talking about, is euphorbia a plant? I'm just going to copy. I want to see what you're talking about. All right. It definitely is let's see. It says it's poisonous. Are we talking about by touching it too? I'm going to save a copy of this, what you're talking about. And I'll put it on my channel right now, what you're talking about. Let me get this poison ivy stuff off. I mean, I'm not telling you that I would never get this again, because I never really cared, never paid attention, because I never thought I had it near my house. And even if I could get it again, I mean, it could be hidden. It hides in plants. That was the point. Even if I wanted to see it and tell it, I didn't see it. So I definitely have to remove it all out of my garden so I don't ever go through this again if I have an issue with it. All right, I'm trying to pull out the plant that you're talking about. This is what it looks like, apparently. Let me type something in here. Okay, where's my channel? Well, thanks. Buy some gloves. Thanks, Misha. Hey, good afternoon, Jeff. Thank you, doll. Many types of euphorbia. Some give a latex of toxins to a gas. That's scary. Seriously, it's like a wide awakening thing for me. And I don't think you don't think about it until you actually get it. And then when you get it, then you'll never forget it. I will never forget this ever, what I've been through on this. I would have thought, people talk about poison ivy and stuff, and you talk about chicken pox, and chicken pox were uncomfortable to have. This, to me, and compared to chicken pox, mind you, I was little when I had them, and they were annoying and itchy and scars. This almost feels worse than chicken pox. This feels like it's dragging on longer than chicken pox. The oils get out of your skin, and it just, if it leaches out, it goes all over you. You just rub it in, and it just goes all over your body. And it takes, like I said, 3 weeks to get over. I'm not sure how long. So you said this is a violent plant, yeah? So do you find a lot of that? I've never seen this before, Howie. I've never seen this plant before, but it doesn't sound very healthy at all. Ugh. Oh, they do that as a deer. That's crazy. That's stupid. I know. I'm gonna have to get the shot for that. Seriously, my doctor told me to get the shot, Misha, and I know about shingles too. And I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna get the shot after I get past this. After I get this done, I'm gonna go see the doctor and I'm gonna get taken care of. I'm gonna get the shot for shingles. I think this gave me a warning too, to get it. So that's stupid, Howie. People plant such a toxic plant. That is just crazy. It's a deer retardant that can kill people. That's just ridiculous. That's terrible. Yeah, it's terrible for you to do what you want to do. I mean, what people do to get rid of animals, and they're going to intoxicate others and endanger others' lives over this. It's just ridiculous, this stuff. Terrible. I would be getting rid of these plants, just as I'm going to try to figure out how to get rid of the poison ivy too. Hedgehogs are the only animals you can have that as food. That's terrible, though. You really want to get rid of animals that badly that you're going to kill them off like that and hurt and do that to other people? Absolutely insane, Howie. That's terrible. 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 Anyways, you lovely people, I'm going to get off. I've been, I think, quite close to 2 hours, and I want to thank everybody for coming. Think I'm an adios. It says 7 people watching now. I've been on for 2 hours. Thank you so much for the 20 thumbs up. I appreciate that. Yes, thank you too. You good luck, and Howie, I was supposed to go out to see my daughter. I told you, and I'm not sure. I'm still in bad shape. That I was supposed to leave in September, and I'm not sure I can go now. I can't get rid of all this poison ivy stuff. I don't think I'll be going out west to see her. I hope it starts drying up. Yeah, me too, Mish. Thank you so much. I'm glad I came on. It took my mind off of things. So, and I hope I help everybody out when I come on and educate subjects that I think are important to everybody. I will be playing you guys out with my ending song. And thank you for everybody, all their ideas that were bought today. Thank you so much. Everybody's points of view on different things. Have a good one. Hope you get a lot of berries. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good day, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, Misha, for the glove money. Peace out.